Hello everyone, in this exercise of Autocad we will understand about the dimension style manager. Actually in this command, when we make the geometries, after making the geometries we provide the certain dimensions from here, this one, linear, this various types of stuff. So in order to beautify our dimension, we modify these dimensions. There are various parameters of the dimension by dimension style manager. Okay, let's we understand in this exercise for the shortcut for the dimension style manager, that is D. Enter. You will find dim style, this one, but just you press D and enter. This dialog box comes here. Okay, this dialog box comes here. So here we modify the things. Suppose we modify the things, the various tabs appears in this dimension style manager. You will see modify dimension style, ISO 25, symbols, arrow, text, fit, primary units, alternate units, tolerances, and this one. We will understand this one. Okay, this one, okay, and close it. But first I make certain geometries. For example, I make this rectangle here, 1000 tab 800. Enter. This is rectangle, and also I make a circle here, this one, 400. Enter. This is, I have made two geometries here. Okay, suppose I give the dimension for this one, linear, this one, this one, and also give the radius from here, this radius, and this one. Now you see there is no this dimension text are not visible properly. In order to make visual these text, what we can do, D, we use the dimension style manager for shortcut for this is D, enter. This window comes here, this one. So you see dimension style manager, this window comes here. Okay, now we actually modifying these dimensions, modifying this, again this window comes here. You will see top, you will find modified dimension style, this one. Okay, there are the three dimensions, annotative, this one, and this. Okay, at present we are modifying the dimension style, this one, ISO 25. Okay, so first I select this one, fit. I will explain all the things. Fit, if you use the here right hand side, you will use overall scale of this one. If you increase this overall scale, that will increase the text size and the arrow size also. Suppose I take it 12, this one, and okay, set current, close. Now you see dimension text size increases and the arrow size also increases. Okay, from here you can increase the overall scale of this one. Okay, in this way actually our dimension consists of one is the there are the various parameters in the dimension. First is the dimension line with two arrows, first and second arrows, and text, and these are the extension line. Here you find these are the two extension line. So here is the radius, and this is the internal line connecting with this arrow, shows the radius of this one, which one. Okay, there are the various parameters. First we understand this extension line. You also see one thing more here. There is a difference between the first starting point of the extension line and object. There is a difference, there is a gap here. This we also increase. Also there is a beyond this arrow, there is an extension of this extension line extended. So we can also control it. Okay, and this text is attached to approximately to the dimension line. So we will also change the gap between the dimension line and this one. Okay, so for dimension style manager, press D, enter. This box, it comes here. Okay, Now modify. We are modifying the dimensional parameters. How? This modify dimension style. First be this one, line. In line you can change the color from here, dimension line color. Suppose this is this color, and here your line type you can change, line weight you can change. Line weight means thickness you can change. Okay, we will understand later on this one. First we understand important things. Extend beyond dim line. Extend beyond dim line, dimension line. This extension beyond dimension line. What is this? Suppose anything we change here, that will appear in the preview. Suppose I change it to this one and hit this one. You will see that the extension line increases beyond this dimension line here. Okay, set this one and close this one. So this extension line, this beyond dimension line is this extension, this one. Okay. Now again D, enter this one and modify. Suppose I increase further, modify extension beyond dimension line. What is this dimension? If I suppose I make it 5, this one. Okay, now you see this dimension extension line beyond this dimension line increases, this one. Okay, and set current, this one, close this one. You will see here also increases here, this one. In this way, this is the if you want to increase the extension line length beyond this dimension, you can increase from here. Again D, enter, modify. Suppose I change it to 1 mm or 2 mm. You will see any change I make here, you will see that will appear in this preview. Suppose I enter this one, now this gap reduces. Okay, now second thing, suppose you want to change offset from origin. What is your this parameter? This parameter is the distance between the object and the starting point of the extension line. Here you can see this one. Suppose I increase this one 2 or 3, you see and enter. You will see the gap between the extension line starting point and this object is increases. Okay, this one. Okay, and close. I show here. Suppose linear and make a dimension from here to here. You will see this gap is this one, from object to the starting point of this one. Okay, now again D, enter, modify offset from origin. Suppose I make it 1. You will see here. Suppose I make it 5. You will see if I enter it, you will see the change. And okay, and set current, close this one. Now this is the offset from the dimension line, from the offset from the extension line, this object. Again this D, enter, modify. You have to go in this one, offset from origin. So this is the difference between the from the object and the starting point of this one. This shows this one. Fixed line extension point. Suppose you select this one, fixed line. So and okay, and set current and this one. Now you will see extension line has a certain fixed length. Okay, D, enter, and modify fixed extension line. Suppose you can increase the length beyond this below this dimension line from here. Suppose I take it 3 and okay, and set current and this one. If you want to increase the length extension line below the dimension line, then increase, you can also increase from here. D, enter, modify from here. If you want to increase the length below the arrow of the extension line, then you can increase from here, and fixed line from here. If you want to increase the length above the dimension line, you can increase from here also. Okay. But if you don't want fixed length extension line, uncheck it. Now you will see what will happen this one, and close it. You will see. This is in this way you can change the things. Now again, D, enter, modify. Suppose what you want to suppress, so you will find here a suppress dimension line. These what are these dimension line 1 and dimension line 2? Suppose you suppress this one, you will see one arrow disappears. If you click this one, another arrow disappears. So we never use this type of parameters. Okay, I am unchecking it. Color extension line. Extension line is side line. This one. These are the extension line. You can change the same color from here. You can change the color of the extension line. Line type 1. This one you can change, and line extension line 2. You can line weight also you can change. We normally don't use this one. Suppress the extension line. Suppose you suppress this one, so one extension line will disappear. Second will disappear. We also don't use this type of line. Okay, in this way we can use. Okay, this one, and close this one. And now D, enter, which, and modify symbol and arrow. Here you can change the symbols of this one. Normally we use close filled arrow, this one, first and second. Suppose you want another this one, dot, you can use, both are dot. You can change one side, suppose close filled. In this way you can change one side is dot and the other side is this one. Arrow size you can, suppose you can change 5, enter. You can change the arrow size, you can also increase, but I'm not changing from here. 2.5, this one, and here the center marks. We will see later on. Center mark, you can change the circle center mark here. If you want none, you will see, and mark this one, and line this one. Break size we don't use here. Setting, no use of this thing. Okay, in this way only the required thing you can change. There are various types of the arrow symbol can be used, and arrow size you can change from here. But text, you can change standard text style from, you can change here annotating and this one, and here you can change the font of this one. Font of this text you can change from here. There are the various types of the font you can change it. Okay, and regular, bold, and italics you can make here. Now, please don't change this one, otherwise it will create the problem. Width factor is the distance between this. If you want to increase the distance, suppose to this is, so I am changing 1. This one, oblique angle is the inclined angle. Suppose I take it 12. This one, these are inclined. 0. This one vertical. You can change and apply and close. You can change and set the current. Okay, in this way you can change the font of this one. Now another is the fit. What use the fit? In the fit you can change the overall scale. Overall scale means you can increase the size of the text and the arrowhead size. And okay, in this way you can change. Suppose I increase 20 and enter. You will see this one. I change the arrow. Both arrows I am taking close fit. This is the first arrow close fit, second close fit, this one, and later also close fit, and okay, this one, and modify, close this one. In this way you will see the text size increases, arrowhead size increases. Okay, and D. One more thing, you are seeing the radius. This radius arrowhead is, there is an internal line. It shows the center of the circle. which is connected with this arrow dimension. So you can change also. If you don't want this one, modify, and you go in this text and symbol and arrows and fit. In fit, if suppose you want to change the, if you uncheck this one, what will happen? You will see this internal line will disappear. If I uncheck, internal line will disappear. Okay, if you want to show it, you can show it, and okay, this one, and close this one. This show. If you don't want this internal line, press D, enter, modify, fit, and this uncheck, OK, set current, close. This way, if you don't want to show this internal line, you can show this one. Again, D, enter. What next is modify. This modify is dimension style. Suppose now fit, we have used all the things we have. See text. What can be now you will find text. You can change from here. Text color you can change from here. Suppose you want to show the red color, change text, and this one, and you can change the text color also to it. Okay, and fill color. If you want to show the fill color, suppose you want to show the fill color, the text is the color is filled. This one it means text is highlighted. Text height you can change it here from. You want to change the text height, you can also change it from here. And fractional height, scale you can change it. Text placement, this is important. This, suppose you want to text vertical above. If you want to show the outside and enter, you will see this one, modify and text horizontal center. If you show this one, now all the texts are horizontal. Okay, and if you can change from here at extension line 1, and normally we don't use this thing, extension line 1, this one, and this 2, we use normally centered, this one. But you see the texts are horizontal. If you adopt this option, aligned with dimension line, then you see the texts are aligned with the dimension line. Okay, view direction left to right, or you can change right to left. This reverse, we don't use this. And this one, offset from dimension line. Now you see offset. What is this distance? If suppose you increase, but you will see the effect of this one. If I change 2, enter. Now this text height, the gap between the dimension line and the text will increases. Okay, this one. Here you can change the thing. If normally this ISO standard is the this placement is this is the combination of horizontal and this one. Normally we use this one, ISO standard, this one. Okay, and close this one. You will see. In this way we can use the now D dimension style, enter. Now modify text, you can no, and color you want not change, while here this one you use this one. Okay, here you can change the text placement from here, text placement. Okay, and normally we use text alignment in this one. In this way you can see what is the effect of this one. Aligned with text are aligned. ISO standard, that is a combination of this one. Normally we use ISO standard. Okay, offset from dimension line, I have already explained. You can increase the gap between the dimension line and text. Suppose I increase 5, what will effect? Enter. Now you see the gap increases. Anything you change in this window, that will appear in this preview. Okay, and later on you can OK it and set current and close it. Now you see the gap, how much gap which increases between the dimension line and text. So I am changing D, enter, modify, offset from this one, text, this one, offset from dimension line. That is, I am taking only one, and OK, and set current, close this one. Now this is proper. Okay, next, what is D, enter, modify, Now fit, I have explained, only use this overall scale. If you want to increase the scale in, then it will increase the text size and the arrow size. In this way you can use. And you want to draw dim line between the extension line. What is the effect of this one? Now you will see there is an internal line from the center of the circle to the out radius dimension. If you uncheck that, it will disappear this way. Okay, again now I will see primary units. But the primary units at the present, our dimension is millimeter decimal. If you want to show in the fit in inches, you can use this one, fit in inches. And if you show in the architectural, then this is in this way you show. But we are using decimal. Scientific, you can use this one. In this way you can dimension show in this way, but we use decimal in the millimeter. And then under this head you can make the drawings in millimeter, kilometer, centimeter, etc. Precision is this one. Precision means after decimal how many digits you want, this one. And comma, in this dimension you will see the commas are there. Okay, we use period. This point will come here, and this one, if you use this one, this space will come here. So we normally use period if, and hit OK and set current, close this one. If I make dimension here, for example, linear, this one and this one, you will see this. This is the thing. Okay, now, and if you want to show the radius, this one, D, enter, modify, primary units, you can show it here. Now, what is the prefix? If you want to add something, suppose A, enter, B, enter, B, enter. If you want to add something, you will see before the text is some prefix and suffix are coming. Okay, this one, and enter. You will see A is before the text and B appears. Modify, primary units, and scale factors. No, zero suppression, telling if you want to suppress the zero after the points, you can suppress from here, trailing zero, and OK and close it. This one. You will see before text there is A and B. D, enter. You want to eliminate this one. Modify, primary units, prefix, none. This one and this one, and measurement scale is 1. If you want to increase the scale of this one, you can increase from here. You want to suppress the zeros after the point, you can suppress from here. Okay, and this. And next is the alternate units. Now alternate unit, for alternate, you suppose you want to show the dimension in addition to this dimension that is in millimeter at present, you check it. Now you want to show it, suppose you want to show in engineering, this one. Now this comes in the fit and inches. This one you can show it. Precision, you can control it. Suppose you want to show in this way. Okay, and architectural, you can show it in this way. In fit engineering, you can show it this one. Multiplier you can use. This is the multiplier. Multiplier means 1 mm is equal to 0.039 inches. So if you multiply this primary unit, that way you get this dimension. Okay, in this way you can use. Tolerances method, there are the various types of the tolerance. Suppose at present is known. Suppose you want to use the symmetrical tolerance. Okay, first I uncheck it, and if you don't want to use any alternate unit, uncheck it. There is no alternate unit here. Okay, and tolerances you can show it. Suppose you want to show the tolerance I also and this one, and precision this one, and upper value of tolerance suppose 0.20 this one, because in symmetrical both side will be plus minus, and this is the position you want to scale. This is the scale of for height. You can show the scale. Normally this is half of the main dimension, 0.5 this one, and bottom position if you want bottom position, and okay, and set current and close this one. In this way you will show the dimension this one. You can also align this one also, and tolerance size is smaller than this text size. You can also control it. D, enter, modify tolerance, and you can this tolerance. Okay, vertical position you can change the position, for example middle, and this one, and set current, and this one. Now it is in middle. This one, dimension style, modify tolerance, this position middle, or you can also top, you can also and close it. Top you can take it. D, enter. Suppose you want to change another tolerance, there is a deviation also, another limits, you can represent the limits also. Suppose upper level this one, lower limit is this one. Okay, and align decimal separators. Align decimal separators. If you want to align the decimal separator, you can align this one. Otherwise, align operational symbol plus minus this one. Suppose this one, and set current and close this one. In this way, you can change the things. D, enter, modify tolerance, and align decimal. If you want to align the dimension, you align this one. Okay, and close. This now the dimension are aligned. Again D, enter, modify tolerance, precision, and this one method is suppose deviation. Deviation you want to use, deviation upper variation 0.1, lower dimension is suppose 0.10, scale for height. This is this scale is, it means deviation scale is half of the main text. Align decimal separators, suppose use this one, align decimal separators. Okay, and close it this one. Now the element decimals are aligned. If you want to align these operational symbols, D, enter, modify this one, and align operational symbol. Now you will see plus and minus will be aligned. Okay, and set current, close. Now the plus minus are this one. In this way you can use as it. Modify line and symbol, I have explained this also. Okay, dim line, this I have explained. I have explained all the things here. Okay, any change you will if you execute any changes, that will appear in this box. Main are the lines. This is the extension beyond dim line, extension beyond dim line. This is the dimension line extension. Here this one you will see we can change offset from origin. This is the gap between this object and this the starting point of this one. Fixed length I have already explained. In this way only fixed length will change. From here you can, if you select this option, that will increase the dimension. Extension line will change the length below this dimension. From here you can change extension beyond dim line, you can change height above the dimension line. In this way you can change, but I am not taking this one. And symbol arrow you can change it. Center mark you can change it here. Not line, you want line in this way, this will appear. I want marks here, you can change the size of the mark also here. Okay, and text I will explain. Color you can change, text height you can change. This is the position. Main is this one, center, outside, and normally we use this standard. Okay, this primary units I have explained. This one primary units, if you want to show the units, and primary you show any units, inches, etc. Engineering and fit. This one alternate, you want to show the in addition to millimeter you can show from here all the units. Okay, in this one alternate I don't use. Uncheck this one if you don't want to show it. This one, and okay. this one, and close it. In this way you can use the dimensions. Our purpose in the dimension style manager is to properly beautify the dimensional parameter, different parameters. One is in the dimension, what parameters are, what is the first is the dimension line, arrows, and this is the extension line gap. This is the gap between the text and the dimension line, and this represents the ISO representation mark. You can change it. I hope you would have enjoyed in my this step. Please like, share, and subscribe my this channel. Thank you.